jump to that. Oh, yeah.
Man, we just want to be free. We want to be free to ride our machines. We just want to be left alone. We want to party. We don't stay inside because of rain. We don't stay at home because it's cold. We don't even like to park our bikes. We ride. This is our biker's lifestyle.
Fucking Daytona, huh?
Daytona, yeah.
It was my first time being in Daytona, and I don't know. It's a trip, man.
Well,
It was everything I thought it would be, and a little bit more.
a lot more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, our Daytona experience up here was a handful of dudes leaving Janesville, Wisconsin at 6 p.m. on a Wednesday and getting into Florida at a breakfast / strip club by 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, Piscataway, Florida. Yep.
Yeah, I forget the name of it.
Cafe Risque.
Cafe Risque. Here's the thing about Cafe Risque. They don't serve alcohol. It's basically Denny's with strippers. And nothing is sadder than being in a strip club with no alcohol at 10 o'clock in the morning trying to eat eggs while somebody's trying to get you to buy a lap dance off of them. That is the saddest experience I've ever had, to be honest with you.
How are the eggs? But no, I mean, you kind of...
Actually, the food was actually really good. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised. Here's the thing. I was pleasantly surprised with all the food that I had in Florida. There was a Chinese restaurant that I got Chinese food from called New China in Daytona.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't like Indian food or something, or they'd really be fucking their name up. But anyway.
I know, right? I want to know if there's an old China.
Right.
You know? But anyways, this place is called New China. You can go ahead and Google it if you're in Daytona. I highly recommend it. I had the fried dumplings and beef lo mein, and it was some of the best Chinese food I ever had.
Mm.
So shout out to New China. Their customer service kind of sucks balls, but I mean, food's on point, so you can't bitch.
I don't know. We went to a crab house the first night when you were out doing your deal.
Yeah.
And poor Cholo, who doesn't eat seafood, gets dragged to one of 3 times, I think, for seafood. That poor bastard's got to eat off like the kiddies menu, getting the chicken finger basket, you know?
Yeah. Well, we went to that one seafood place. You ordered a cheeseburger. I'm like, dude, you got the one thing on the menu that didn't come out of the ocean that's like literally right there. I mean,
that last place we went to in New Smyrna Beach, that Oceans. Remember, I told you I was going to get you to an authentic seafood restaurant, and that was the shit. I mean, shout out, you talk about fresh. It doesn't get any fresher than there unless you're eating off the boat, man.
Right. I mean, it's like next to the ocean. I mean,
yeah.
It's like having sweet corn next to a field. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah.
Man, that, we had a hell of a time meeting at your house and then riding through. Central Florida kind of sucks.
Well, we had, you got to keep in mind, there was a extenuating circumstance for that ride. One was that the southern route, if we would have gone, would have been all messed up because they had a 17-car pileup on I-95 at New Smyrna Beach on 95 that basically blocked the whole thing up from there down both sides for a good portion of the day. And they didn't have it cleaned up until the next morning. Coupled with the fact that, Walt Disney has to expand its world into ours and the traffic's terrible. So Orlando on the south side on the interstates, on the beginning of Daytona week with, construction isn't the best. I mean, you went through it when they weren't doing construction. We would have gone through it when they were doing construction. It would have been even worse.
No, I hear
So, and then, at that point in time, now we're, like you said, Central Florida, man, we're trying to negotiate Central Florida where you got, a bunch of shit on each coast, but then, you got to link one to the other and you got to pick which road you're going to do, unless it's I-4 or I-10. That's about it. Or Everglades, the Route 1 there, Everglades Turnpike.
Well, I was more getting to the point where it's like, man, the coastline on either side, whether it's Gulf or Atlantic, seems sort of fancy or nice. The middle, not so much. Not so much, man. It's holy fuck. It's like a third world country in some of those spots.
It can be. It's like it is a whole new world, man. Florida's unique, I mean, the more south you go, the more northern they talk, their accents are.
Yeah.
The northern part of the state, it's like the deep south, but you keep going further down and it's like people from, a bunch of Wisconsinites here where I live in Bradenton.
Oh, no,
Wisconsin everywhere, man.
No, I mean, I totally get it, man. I mean, the trip of it was like, we hit that, what was it, Dade City, and it was like little Mexico, and it was like so strange, it's like, wow, there's like a whole little Mexican vibe going on. I mean, not like like Mexican, and I'm like, wow, it's kind of strange, you figure they would have settled somewhere else, like, in like, say, Texas or something like that, but there was like a whole like little community of Mexicans, and it's kind of rad how that happens, like,
gotta pick the orange groves, brother. You gotta pick the oranges, man.
That's we don't want to get too banned from the internet, but yeah, no, I hear you.
Hey,
anyways,
we got there. We got there.
Well, no, we had a good time, man. We we did that. The strangest thing is that everybody talks about Main Street, your Froggies, your Dirty Harrys or whatever.
I like Cabbage Patch better.
Cabbage Patch, we got to give a shout out to the Cabbage Patch, man. They do it right, dude. I mean, it's a really nice spot, and I never heard about it until I went down there, and I heard about it from some dude in a hotel, parking lot.
The Wisconsin, the West Coast Florida writers told us about it. They said it was Cackleberry's campground and Cabbage Patch.
Okay. I guess I missed that part, but yeah, I mean, it's legit. I highly recommend it if you're ever in Daytona. If you're listening to my voice right now and you want somewhere cool to go, check out the Cabbage Patch.
Yeah, that was definitely cool, man.
It's really cool.
Yeah, they had a chicken running around on the loose.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, for whatever reason, there's a bunch of chickens running around. A lot of bikini bike washes and just old school type vibe going on. Where it was not lawless completely, but at the same time, you didn't felt like you were being watched and you weren't being too raped for every dollar. It seemed like more like a laid back vibe, just more like a party vibe. I really liked it.
Yeah, not so much the it's like a bottle of water that'll be $5 type deal.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like I was bleeding money there for a little bit.
Come buy my $30 t-shirt. Yeah.
Yo.
No, it felt just really fucking really nice to hang out at the Cabbage Patch. So shout out to the Cabbage Patch. They do it right. I hope they never change. It doesn't seem corporate, doesn't seem, too rubbish, as it were.
Well, and they had signs all over the place that said no colors allowed, but they didn't give us any shit. The one place that didn't give a shit about colors.
Yeah. So let's talk about how I got kicked out of Main Street for wearing colors. And I won't say the name of the bar because I don't want to badmouth them, but yeah, I had 6 security officers try to escort me out. And, it was funny because I was by myself, sitting outside, minding my own goddamn business at a table. You motherfuckers are inside the bar having, well, wait, were you there?
Which
you were there. Fuck, I remember Friday night.
Friday night, yeah.
Yeah. The rest of the dudes, they had colors on. You guys apparently didn't get fucking, nobody said boo dick to you guys, but some asshole has to come up to me and tell me I have to leave. I'm like, well, I'm not leaving until I finish my drink. So, well, I'll let you know when I'm done, and then I'll get up and walk 3 feet to the other side of the fence and you'll be happy. Well, he went and got his back up. He's like, hey man, you got to go. I'm like, well, once again, I'm gonna finish my drink and then I'll go. I'm not bothering anybody. It's just so you know, I'm just sitting here. And he said, I'm gonna go get the cops. I said, well, you go get the cops. Anyways, long and the short of it is, there was one dude that was a security guard, probably in his late 40s, early 50s, had a beard, had long hair. Obviously, he knew what was what. And he was trying to talk to me. He's like, hey, man, I get it. But, we got to do our jobs. And I stood up and I put my arm around him and said, listen, man, I'm not trying to bust your balls, but I'm going to finish my drink. And your security sucks. If you guys can't get me out with 6 fucking guys, I don't know what to fucking tell you. And then I finished my drink and I say, hey, man, which one's your boss? And he pointed me to his boss, which is this little sawed off cocksucker. And I fucking walked over and handed him my fucking cup of ice and said, now I'll leave. And I walked literally 3 feet to the other side of the fence and everybody was happy. So that was my getting kicked out fucking experience.
Well, I mean, it was everywhere we went. The strip club, for instance.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the guinea pig, so I'm the first guy that's going to, send the big guy through first, so first we go up there. Yeah, no colors. Well, okay, we kind of want to see titties. So yeah, we'll
all right, we'll drop on the bike. Fucking yeah.
So I'm first in line. I get up there and he's like, all right, arms up. No sooner do my arms go up, every single one of you fuckers behind me back out the door again. And he's like, what's that in your pocket? A pocket knife? No, out the door you go. I thought at least that one would make its way through. We left everything else on the bike, Well,
that was just it. It's they're worried about us. And it's like, dude, you got nothing to worry about, man. We're not here to cause fucking trouble.
Right.
But it is what it is. And I'm sure they have their reasons and I get it. And everybody's on high alert because, sometimes things happen and everybody's trying to make $1, because let's be honest, Daytona Beach's main industry is tourism, so I get it. It kind of sucks though, because it's like motorcycle clubs built these fucking rallies. Not us particularly, but motorcycle clubs in general are the ones that made the lifestyle fun. We're the ones that brought the party to the people. We showed them how to do it. Not us particularly, but motorcycle clubs,
paved the way.
And, yeah. And now we're not as welcomed as we should be because, God forbid somebody gets into a fight. Speaking of fights, so if you've been following us on, Instagram or Facebook, you realize that we spent some time at Froggy's. And a couple of the past guests, episode 31, work at Froggy's, and obviously we hang out with our friends when we're in areas where they're at. And dude, the amount of crap that went down at fucking Froggy's this year, holy shit. There was a big old fucking Donnybrook, a big old fight that happened after we had left back for Wisconsin. I guess it was just like a fucking bar clear out or fucking deal.
Oh wow.
like 60 fucking people just hitting each other. And it wasn't a motorcycle clubs. It was fucking college kids. It's these fucking young dudes full of fucking piss and vinegar. They all got something to fucking prove. And somebody stepped on somebody's foot type shit. Next thing you know, shoving happens. Next thing you know, everybody's fucking picking up fucking chair or picking up fucking bottles and hitting people. And, and it's like, I can't wear a sweatshirt. It says my fucking club name on it, but
not even a t-shirt.
Yeah. But yet, these fucking college kids get fucking free reign, and let's be honest, they're fucking retarded,
Hey, were you as amazed as I was by the amount of dirt bikes that were there at Bike Week?
No, not real. I mean,
yeah, you're riding on the beach and on the sand, but I was just amazed at the amount of guys that were on dirt bikes.
Well, see, this is my first Daytona, so I mean, I wasn't really amazed as far as because I didn't have really a whole lot of expectations. However, whenever I thought of Daytona, I always thought of Daytona as more of a hodgepodge of different types of motorcycles. Where Sturgis is more Harley based. I'm not saying that people that don't ride Harleys don't go to Sturgis. What I'm saying is that I would be willing to bet that the majority are all Harleys at Sturgis. As where Daytona, you see a lot more sport bikes, you see a lot more, metric cruisers, dirt bikes. I mean, it's everybody and everybody, So I guess I wasn't so much amazed by it because it's also the South, and the whole motard, enduro,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it, thing is kind of big down there. Just because you got a lot of gravel roads, you got a lot of trails for that matter. So I guess it didn't surprise me just because I didn't have any expectations, and it was kind of like, okay, yeah, it makes sense, that there would be more dirt bikes in that part of the country, but
Either way, you're going to go to Daytona. You haven't been there. You're thinking about it. Just be ready for traffic.
oh, be ready for stupid people, man.
Stupid people, traffic. Yeah, just
Well,
it's everywhere.
So, we know somebody got into a little bit of a wreck, and we made a stop to the ER to loan our support.
We commemorated it on video, put it on the internet already.
It's on the yep. It's the last YouTube thing you see us chasing after them on bikes, sort of giving them the whole escort deal.
Well, I was the cameraman, trying to capture the two of you, looking through, the camera eye. No, I was just had the camera on and going with you,
The man on the scene.
Yeah.
The guy with the scoop.
I don't know about that.
We're not fake news. But and she'll be okay, she'll survive. But at the same time, just hearing the amount of shit that happened to some people. They had 3 different people lose legs in the time we were there for motorcycle accidents. There was a kid that got killed that very night.
28-year-old kid, yeah.
20-year-old kid, ate shit, fucking died.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a wreck. This was it yesterday or the day before yesterday, where a truck pulled out in front of a bike. Guy got killed.
Yeah.
Not to mention there was multiple shootings on Main Street.
Yeah.
Serial killer killed 2 people on Main Street this year.
They had him on video.
Yeah. So I mean, I've heard reports and I've seen articles. I don't know if it's 100% true, but they're calling this past Daytona the most violent Daytona in history, like Daytona Bike Week. And we were there for it.
We were there for it. Well,
my first one is the most violent one, and I didn't hit anybody.
No.
I mean, I talked strongly to some people. I did yell at a fucking guy to get the fuck out of my way.
Well, that really wasn't quite how you put it. What was it? Yo, fuckhead, get the fuck out of the way, I think was the exact quote.
Listen, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I said some things.
Well, they were from Illinois anyway. You probably saw the plates, Like we're standing over there. There's a group of us. We've got our own area, and they just pull like right through and park right where we're at.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a bullshit move they pulled.
Well, they found out.
Yes, they did. They did.
But it was a good time, regardless of all the fucking malarkey that fucking happened, all the bullshit. It was still a good fucking time. I mean, anytime you're out riding around in t-shirts in 80-degree weather in the sunshine in March, it's not a bad day.
Well, when you're coming from Wisconsin, where you guys averaged 8 degrees for the past 2-3 months, you have to admit some of you did lose your minds a little when you guys hit the t-shirt and the 85 degrees and sunny and riding motorcycle things that have been a few months. Some of you lost your minds a little. It was kind of funny watching. I would put money on it.
Well, I mean, it's
rightly so, man.
Well, it's one of those gigs where you're like, when we left for Daytona, it was low 50s and we were already starting to get the itch, and then we get down there and it's in the 80s. It's like, fuck, it's perfect. It's perfect fucking weather. And we're bebopping around on motorcycles and having, the time of our lives, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we did as much as we could in the time we did, because let's be quite honest, when we were coming back, we knew what we were running into. And when we unloaded the bikes on Tuesday morning at like 2:30 in the morning, when we unloaded the bikes, it was 17 degrees. By the time we hit Tennessee, it was already in the 50s. By the time we hit Indiana, it was in the 30s. By the time we hit Illinois, it was in the 20s. And by the time we hit back to Wisconsin, it was in the teens.
Wow.
I mean, and let's be honest, we're in Wisconsin. We're not going to see an 80-degree day for another couple months. It's supposed to be in the 60s this week. I'll probably get out on the bike. I gotta do some cleaning. It's covered in stuff, but it is what it is. And
well,
you
had just put the clutch in too, and the clutch, it ran pretty good when you were there.
The bike moves out.
Oh yeah.
But it sucks coming back home, man. I mean, rallies are cool, I guess, as far as like just all the debauchery that happens. But when you're just talking about just pure riding and the pure weather, and then you come back to the polar opposite almost, it just makes it so much tougher, man. It's like, fuck, dude, I got a tan, I got, 600 plus miles and, a handful of days. And it's like, now I'm coming back to Wisconsin where, I'd be lucky to ride a handful of times this month because it might not snow. You know what I mean? Like, it's already snowed like twice since I've been back. So I mean,
if it means anything, it snowed in northern Florida like yesterday.
Yeah, and then it was like 80 the next day. So I don't want to fucking hear it.
You can see I've got raccoon eyes for my ride today.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
But again, I get to ride it. It's nothing to me. I don't even think about it anymore. I'm inured to it.
No, I hear you. No, and people take things for granted. It's just it just is what it is. I mean, I was talking to a guy, and I know for a fact in Nashville this past weekend it was snowing in the 20s, and they were kind of freaking out a little bit because they're not used to that. I mean, they do get some weather like in the whole January, February.
They get ice storms though. They don't get snow. They get ice. They
got like a handful of inches. Or like 2-3 inches, which to them was like a huge fucking deal.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's like, that's par for the course up here, but and it was in the 20s for a high.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're all freaking out like, some sort of polar vortex. And I'm, thinking to myself, man, that's like early spring type shit. I don't know. I'll be all right.
It was some firsts for some people on the trip. Some of them had never seen the Atlantic Ocean before.
I've never seen any ocean before.
Yeah, and it was a lot of their first encounters with coastal fog.
Coastal fog ain't nothing to fuck with.
No, sir.
That stuff is wicked.
I tell you, we were at Froggy's that night when it all moved in, and Froggy's got all the different lights and stuff, and the strobes are playing, and the girls are up on the stages and the platforms, and the people are everywhere. And that fog's rolling in, and then it was almost like I said. I looked around and I laughed. I'm like, "This is like Sodom and Gomorrah, like biblical type shit." Like, it was just looking weird, man. That the fog really kind of added to it all. It was cool.
No, it was really cool, man. I mean, it's like a whole different world, Like, so I was like chilling out on the beach and just chilling, and a stork like flew in and like walked right up to me. First of all, I had no idea how big those fucking birds actually are.
Yes, sir. They're about 3.5 feet tall, man.
And they don't give a fuck about people.
Nope.
That motherfucker walked up to me and like mean mugged my ass. Like, what are you doing on my beach, dude? And I was like, I got a gun, motherfucker. I'll shoot your fucking ass. And he just sort of walked like, God, he must have gotten within inches of me, looked at me, and then just turned around and walked away. Like, all right, you're cool. Like, that was weird. Maybe he's like, oh, he's not a fish.
He was hoping for some food, maybe he'll have a McDonald's Happy Meal or something to give to it.
Do people feed the storks down there?
If everybody feeds the wildlife, and they shouldn't, but
don't feed the storks, man. You're gonna get them in trouble, man.
I know,
dude. I would have had to fight a stork because I didn't have no food.
Ibis and sandhill crane, and I don't know if you caught the Florida state bird, the turkey buzzard.
We did see a lot of turkey buzzards, actually.
Those are some strange looking things up close, aren't they?
They are very odd.
Yeah,
It's, you know, hey, Sturgis seems to be the rally.
right.
You know what I mean? As far as like, it's got everything. It's got all the riding, all the scenery, all the events, all the everything. But, hats off for Daytona, man. It's not a super big city. There's not a whole lot going on, but what they do got going on is pretty rad. You got coastline, you got
the Speedway, man.
Well, yeah, the Speedway too. Yeah,
I mean, that was kind of a cool. That was a cool
Speedway. Yeah, the Speedway.
times,
Fuck, how are we gonna forget about the Speedway? Yeah, the Speedway was fucking rad as hell. I have to say, the cops weren't as vicious as I thought they would be.
No, they were not.
Cops kind of let a lot of shit go, and that was kind of cool. Like they kind of understood that people were just letting loose, man.
Yeah.
I mean, me and a club member's old lady got into a high-fiving contest to see how many people we can get to high-five us. And I mean, I may or may not have been on two different stages high-fiving bands, and I didn't get arrested or even kicked out of those bars.
And it's not for lack of trying.
No, I was high-fiving the world that day. Yeah. I mean, I had help. I was well lubricated, but having a good time.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it was a success. Unfortunately, we tried to fit in too much in too short of a period. And the day where we want to do the podcasting thing, I mean, literally, like we're there at Froggy's that night. You were inside. I'm out in the parking lot, and who comes strolling around the corner? But Drew and his old lady from Hell's on Two Wheels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like literally like, hey, what's up? And we're like, holy crap, we run into each other there. And so we wanted to do collaboration the next day. In fact, that's what you and I were getting ready to do. I came from the house. You were already down in Daytona. Mm-hmm. And, I show up in the parking lot, and then you're like, okay, change your plans.
Shit happens, man.
This happened. We got to get this person to the hospital.
Yep.
So, and you're like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, well, they're all down to Cape Canaveral. I came up here to do this with the podcast. Like, shit, I'm going to go support a club brother in their
look
stuff,
I mean, that's just it, man. It's this podcast was to promote the biker's lifestyle, the whole lifestyle in general,
and it happened to us.
And the problem is that when you're doing fucking biker shit, it's really hard to fucking turn on a camera and fucking record because shit moves fast, dude. I mean, I had two other, like, I was supposed to meet up with fucking Punk Rock from fucking
Fourth of
the Road. And yeah, it just didn't happen, man. Cause he was like, I'm here. And I'm like, well, dude, I'm right here. I'll be down there as soon as I can. By the time I got down there, he was somewhere else. And it's just, you're playing that whole game. I had a fucking shout out from another dude that's in a club who is in the neighborhood. And he's like, hey man, where you at? I'm like, dude, I'm fucking already on my way home. He's like, that sucks. I'm like, cool. We'll meet up some other time, man. I mean, it's just, it's wild, man. You're always on the move. You're always trying to get as much in as humanly possible. But well,
I mean, it's a whole vibe though. It moves along. You could feel the groove happening, and you either embrace it and go along for the ride there, or you're going to buck the trend and you're going to end up not enjoying yourself.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you're in like a setting like a rally, you're sensory overload. Every bar is super awesome. Every event is one you want to go to, whether it's a race or a wet t-shirt contest, which we did partake. Well, not us particularly, but some of the local talent that came with us partake. Check out our TikTok. And yeah, I mean, you can't get it all. It's just, you got to pick and choose. And sometimes the cards just don't, like, I was going to fucking say, what's up the fucking Sassy Pants and check her bike out. And right. I never even got to it, man. It was just like, fuck, yeah, it just is what it is. We were supposed to meet up with the one guy from West Coast Florida rider guy.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Drawing a blank. The guy with the cowboy hat.
That would be Lee.
Yeah, he was supposed to be there on Sunday.
Lee Haygood, yeah, he was there on Sunday, and then that Kurt. I mean, Kurt comes on the show and he talks about how he hopes that we get the rain, the first part of the week because it always does. And what happens? That poor bastard gets there on Thursday in the rain.
And the rain, and it
So
rained the rest of the fucking day, the rest of the fucking time, man.
And so I made sure I contacted him to remind him of that little factoid.
Well, you know, shout out to Kurt for fucking up.
Yeah, Kurt was a good dude, but
no, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. We're just busting balls.
Yeah, we did a lot of things. I roomed with a club brother who snores.
We all snore, man.
Well, that's what I was just gonna say. He snores really bad, so I was giving a little bit of shit. I was riding him about it, so I didn't really get much sleep. But I'm riding with a friend of ours. I'm riding with a friend of ours from Wisconsin who lives down here now, and another friend of ours from Wisconsin. She was down. She was in the back of his bike, and we were out cruising around. And I mentioned that our club brother snored, and he said, "That's not what he says." He said, "You snore loud as fuck." And I was like, "Well, huh." But I wouldn't know that. I'd be sound asleep. But my whole defense was that he snored more because he kept waking me up, and I couldn't even sleep that last night. But
I used to say that I don't think I snore because I've never heard it.
Well, you never do.
Right. Although I actually do snore to the point where I actually catch myself snoring. So
wow.
Yeah, I should probably get that checked out. I probably need like a CPAP or something, but you can't be cool with that, man. It's gonna hurt your social life.
Damn right, man. No. You can't be all trying to get with the ladies, wearing a CPAP machine,
Nope, that's a Debbie Downer.
Probably a big downer. Yeah, I would imagine so, man. I mean, here's the other thing too. And you look at Daytona on the map, and you think it's just this tiny little town, dude. That's a huge area that you cover. It really is.
Yeah, it's a solid. 15 miles, like either direction from event to event, in certain spots. You know what I mean?
All that traffic everywhere. Yeah.
And then you add traffic involved. I mean, I remember going from Main Street to the Speedway, and it would take you a good half an hour, 45 minutes, once you're fighting through traffic and everything. By the way, I got to mention this.
Okay.
I just reminded myself. So, this happened either Friday or Saturday. A gentleman on a gold wing tried to jump a bridge. The bridge.
Oh yeah, I saw that's the one on Main Street there.
Yes,
it goes over the Intracoastal Waterway. Yeah,
that's right.
I saw the pictures.
To jump it, and
with the trailer,
he did not make it. However, the trailer that he was towing did save his ass, and the trailer got stuck, and the bike did not go in the water.
Yeah, I saw what happened to him though. He had to have fallen off that thing.
I don't know. There was no article. I just got like pictures, and
I
was told somebody tried to fucking jump the goddamn bridge on a Goldwing. And shout out to Goldwing guys for fucking just being just real troopers, for just I mean, hey, at the end of the day, you got the pocket protector of motorcycles, shade tree surgeons trying to make you guys look somewhat cool.
Yeah, the only one.
He's trying, but it's not working. Let's be honest. It's the ironic motorcycle. You know what I mean? It's the fedora of motorcycles.
It's the 600-pound gorilla in the room.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, they're not great. Like, they do everything well enough where they can brag a little bit, but at the same time, they're like a fat chick. You don't want to get caught riding on one with your friends. Unless you're one of those guys that just like to be one of the, wacky dudes that has like weird shit, But shout out to the Goldwing guy who tried to jump the bridge. Way to be, you know what? Hey, you're either a hero or a zero, and you don't know which one it is until you try.
It was also the largest concentration of victory motorcycles I've ever seen.
A lot of victories.
A lot of victories, which was nice to see. But I'm not that guy that, a lot of those victory guys are like, hey, let's have a meet and greet. Let's do this. Let's do that. It's like, that's not me. I used to have a T-shirt that said victory. I don't even know what happened to it. I don't own a Harley shirt. You know me, dude. I mean, I'm not brand sensitive. Neither are you, for that matter.
No, I don't own it. The only thing that I own that says Harley on it's my motorcycle.
No, I've got a hat that says it that I've had for years, but that's about it, man.
I got given a Harley hat and then I lost it not too long ago because it flew off when I was riding my Harley. So what are you gonna do?
That'll happen. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna follow you at 95, 100 miles an hour up I-95 like we did many times.
allegedly. But yeah, we had a good time. We had a good time. I mean, you know, we rode hard. We had fun. We had delicious food. You know, once again, shout out to New China. Shout out to that
Oceans.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, and King Pizza. This place called King Pizza, man.
Oh, that's the one you were telling me about. Yeah.
Yeah, they have really good pizza, man. So, just the food is surprisingly good. Like, it's nothing I had was the best, but at the same time, I kind of thought it was going to suck because I figured it was just going to be like tourist trap fucking bullshit food.
Right.
And it actually turned out to be really good.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's a surprise to me, you know. And let's be honest, some of the most controversial podcasts we've ever done is a food topic.
That's right.
For whatever reason.
Apparently, for whatever. Yeah.
We're really popular with, like, you know, the foodies, but
we had a new guy.
Shout out to Hoagie, who's also a food connoisseur.
That's true.
You know,
but he's the kind. He'll scrape roadkill up off the ground, throw some barbecue sauce, and make that taste good.
You know, we got to get out to West Virginia one of these fucking days and hang out with that guy and do some eating, and we'll do like a cooking show, like a biker cooking show.
He stayed in touch with me. He calls me every now and then.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, I like Hoagie. He's good people, man. But yeah,
he's good people, man. He's good people.
We had a non-club guy on the trip with us.
We did. He got an education this weekend.
He did. Thankfully, he can ride.
Kinda.
So he could keep up. You know, I mean, you know, that was only the important part. You know.
Well, he didn't know what to expect.
No, he did not.
You know, a friend of a brother type deal, and he wanted to go on a ride, and recently divorced, wants to fucking have a good time. All right, cool, man. Come with us and have a good time.
Uh-huh.
He didn't realize that our good times last from dusk till dawn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we live it to the max, and we never slow down. We don't back down. We just fucking go full bore, and we'll worry about sleeping when it's all over.
Yeah, he did have an education. He had a good time though. He
did have a good time.
I tried to anonymously buy him a lap dance at the strip club.
So that girl was aggressive, by the way.
Well, she was like, don't, you know, let's not even get into the ethnicity of the talent, but let's just say she was the one suited for bikers that night.
Yes, she was.
But so I tried to anonymously buy him a lap dance, tipped her pretty good, you know, and he was like, who bought it from me? She said, I can't tell you. She comes out with a smile on his face. She walks right over to me. Yeah. She says, he bought you a lap dance. And I was like, what? She said, he
can't trust some strippers, man.
He said, he told me that he wanted to buy a lap dance for whoever bought him this one. And he tipped her handsomely as well. So I went in and, you know, she had the thunder boobs. My God, man. It's a wonder I don't have a black eye. All of us from the motorboats that she was given.
I'm pretty sure I got CTE from it.
Oh, I saw stars, man. But I walked out.
Probably sue them. Shout out to Stilettos and Daytona Beach for having women that will give you CTE from their boobs.
You know, aside from the security issues, it wasn't a bad place. You know,
it wasn't even that big of an issue, really, because I mean,
they were pretty cool about it.
Because if you appendix carry, you can walk right in with a pistol.
Yeah.
Ask me how I know. But anyways, yeah, it was a hell of a time, man.
Yeah, you know, maybe if we do it again or something like it, we'll just randomly turn the cameras on with us and kind of go that way, because there's no way that under that environment you or I are going to get stuck in doing some sort of a formal thing. We had the best of intentions, but the worst of execution, because it just came at you. I mean, it was a lot to take in, man.
Like I said, I mean, it's, you know, once you get in the mix, man, it's like, it's so hard to like have like a plan, because you're just sensory overload, you know, because it's like, you know, everybody has ADD, you know. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? Ooh,
yeah,
you know. So,
yeah, let's go over here. Who are those people whipping 200 feet up into the air in that giant swing? You know, standing overhead, you know, that you couldn't pay me enough money to go into.
You got mostly fucking, you got just about naked women serving beers and what have you. You got fucking killer bikes. You got vendors that are selling cool shit. The last thing you want to do is like turn on a camera and talk about what you're seeing. You just want to see what you see, and you just want to fucking take in what you take in. And you know what? Hey, we got some video and we got some things. We're putting it on the internet. We're telling you about what we were doing. And
if we do anything like that, it would probably be at like in the at the International, the Speedway.
Yeah. Well, like next year, like we could probably, do something more podcasty one day. And I mean, we would have, but I mean, like, hey, somebody got into a wreck and we don't, at the end of the fucking day, like if, the podcast doesn't come before like people, you know what I mean? So if we're having too good of a time and we want to hang out and have a good time, we're going to do that over to a podcast. If somebody gets hurt and we got to go support somebody and, that type of manner, we're going to do that instead.
That comes first. Yeah.
Right. Because at the end of the fucking day, we do this shit for fun. It's for free. And let's be honest, nobody's sitting here waiting to fucking hear what we did to the point where they can't just wait to hear what we did later. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
It's a good
point.
mean, Hell's on Tuesday, got their own podcast. You want to see what they were doing? Go check out their channel. They were doing rad shit. You want to check out what fucking Punk Rock was doing from Four for the Road? Hey man, go check him out. He's on Instagram. They're on, all the platforms. Go check him out. You don't need us to fucking tell you.
Our missed opportunity was at the hospital with the
black security guard lady.
Security guard lady, man.
First of all, she was probably the coolest fucking person I've met in a really long time. She had so much, dude. She took no shit from anybody.
Mm-hmm. I loved her.
She was perfect.
Yeah.
Like she told you how it was, but she wasn't disrespectful about it.
We're in her phone now, man. She took pictures of us.
Yeah.
With us. Selfie.
With us.
Yeah.
It was funnier than hell. I told her she had more cake than a bakery.
Yeah.
She has a big ass.
Yeah. So she said to me when I was leaving, she didn't say I had a big ass. She said, all right, see you later, baby. She said, I don't want to see you coming back in here. I'll beat your ass. She said, and I said, I know you will. She was cool as hell, man. Shout out to the black lady that works at the Halifax emergency room. The one and only emergency room in Daytona, believe it or not. That's hospital. Right. Weird, yeah, if you have to go to the hospital for an emergency, don't. Well, yeah, first of all, don't, because they kind of suck balls. But yeah, give a shout out. If there's a black lady security guard with like kind of a mohawk, she's good people's. Yeah, she was pretty cool. She's good people's, man. You even asked you, now she didn't register, but you said like, hey, you want to be on a podcast? We should get the shit. Dude, if I had to shit the fucking bike, I would have fucking fired that fucker up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like we would have sat there and bullshitted with the dude. She's got a story. Oh yeah. She'd be fun as hell. Mm-hmm. Giant Trump supporter, and yeah, just didn't have any patience for fucking anybody under like the age of 30. It was pretty. She's pretty cool. Yeah. She was pretty cool. I got well, this next weekend I got something coming up. Oh yeah, what do you got? Gonna do a little remote setup in the morning, just right before noon at that Ride Hard Saloon. So I got some people coming by. I was out there today. We got it all set to go, so I'll do a little recording out there that day. But other than that, I'm pretty much done with the Florida work. I've got a few videos up this year. I mean, I've been intending to do it since last year. Right on. I don't know if anybody caught the Meg stuff. It was good to have Meg in there. Oh, I'm pretty sure most people caught the Meg stuff. Yeah, well, yeah. Where's your calendar, by the way? Is it behind you? Is it? It's over there. It's over there. Okay, what on the cooler? Right there. On the cooler? It's on the other side. Oh, perfect. That's the side where I sit, so I'll be able to look at it. Mm-hmm. Well, that kind of caps it all right there, man. Yeah. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah. I'm tired. Yeah, I would imagine. We won't even go into why you're tired. That's a whole other story. It's a whole other thing. But that fits the way it sort of fits together with the, you know, the ride to the hospital, but you know, it was part B for you.
Yep.
Part B.
Never leave anybody behind.
No. Anyway, you know, we didn't have any bike problems. We had, you know, Cholo's thing, but you know, that's just because he's got to have the
Cholo with his fancy ass fucking air suspension, his fucking compressor blew a fucking fuse.
yeah.
Is what it is, man. You know, $60,000 motorcycle getting taken out by a 50-cent fuse. You know, is what it is, man.
You notice what he had in his pocket the next day, and for the remainder of the journey, though.
Handful of fuses.
Yeah, and that hand pump.
Yep.
Yeah.
A little electric pump.
But all in all,
Hey.
it was, you know, it was good. None of us ended up, you know, going down or.
Yeah. None of us crashed. None of us got arrested. None of us got in any sort of serious trouble.
And it wasn't for lack of trying.
And we lived life, man. We did it. We did it right. You know.
We did. It was a good journey all around, man. I mean,
Yep. We woke up every morning with a hangover, and we went to bed drunk every night.
Well, that would be you, not me.
Well, that was all of us but you.
Yeah. Well.
And hey, shout out to sober people for fucking being able to take care of us in the morning.
Yeah, man. Just glad the house had a Keurig machine. I was able to get coffee.
We had the only Airbnb I've ever seen with a poker machine in it.
Yeah, how are they going to pay that out?
I don't think they do. I think it's just for funsies.
I don't know, that whole thing was wild. We met the neighbor.
Yeah, the neighbors seem cool.
Well, the one.
Yeah.
The other one came over and had a talk with me about us being loud late at night. And I was like, well, he put an Airbnb in over here. You know, we paid our money. You know.
Yeah.
What are you
Call
gonna do?
the cops.
Yeah, they don't want to come here. Trust me.
Nope. Yeah, there's a fucking yard full of motorcycles and shit. I'm sure they don't want to have to deal with random dumb shit because your old ass is mad because somebody has his fucking stereo going a little too much, too late.
If anything with us, is because we were out talking at 3-4 o'clock in the morning in front of the house because it was so damn nice outside.
Oh man, fucking A. I mean,
70 degrees at 2 o'clock in the morning. That doesn't suck.
No.
Hey, you got a job offer too.
I got multiple job offers, but yeah. Yeah.
You thought about it for a minute.
I still am, but let's be honest. I got too much going on up here. And let's also be honest, the weather's really awesome in March, but it probably sucks ass in July.
Nobody comes to Florida in July or August and says, hey, I want to move here.
Daytona Bike Week's in March, and then Biketoberfest in Daytona's in October. And there's a reason for it. Not a whole lot going on in the middle.
Well, I tell you what, that sun will strip the skin off your body if you let it.
Oh, I bet, man.
Bring your sunscreen. You felt it. I'm sure you felt it.
Man, I'm still peeling.
Are you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can't tell because I got a hat on, but my forehead is ruined. It's ruined. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have cancer.
Well,
I'm gonna have some sort of deal. I got extra freckles that I didn't have before.
I had a 1 week old tattoo up my arm up here. I was trying to keep stuff, but it got exposed and got sunburn on it. And now it's peeling.
Oh man.
Oh well, dude, go to bed. You got to get up, man.
Yeah. By the way, we're recording this at 11:14 on Sunday night.
Yeah.
So it's coming out in what? Less than 12 hours or right around 12 hours? No. 13 hours? No, wait. Math is hard.
About 17 hours from now.
About 17 hours.
That shows dedication. Or stupidity. I don't know. I haven't figured what.
Both.
Yeah, both. Either way, it was a good time. We had a good time. Next trip we'll talk about will be Louisville or thereabouts.
We are not staying in Louisville again.
No, that Elizabethtown was nice.
Elizabethtown ain't bad.
We'll find some place. It'll work out.
Elizabethtown ain't bad.
Yeah.
So shout out to Elizabeth. Fuck, I can't fucking talk anymore. Shout out to fucking E-Town for not sucking like Louisville sucks.
Hey, you gonna put those videos up on our our access so I can rip them off and do something with them?
I'll try.
Tomorrow, not tonight. Tomorrow.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right. Yeah, just that, some of the YouTubers they don't follow us on Instagram or TikTok. It'd be kind of nice to put that stuff out.
Well, they fucking should.
I think they should. Would it be so hard?
It's free. It's not hard. It's fucking free.
Yeah, I mean, TikTok's only like 3-minute videos. I think
I don't even know.
I think
I don't even like TikTok, but every TikTok video I post on TikTok, the only reason I do it is so I can post it on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. They got a pretty swank program to make videos.
They really do have a really nice editor.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So I'll make the video on TikTok and then I actually share it on Instagram, every single one, because I kind of just use it as a really cheap, easy, decent video editor.
Yeah.
And since China's going to rule the world, we all better start being on TikTok because, you know.
Well, I like their food, so I'm halfway there. So
I don't like the fucking government, but those people can make some fucking decent fucking rice foods. You know what I mean?
Very true. Very
Well, it's
true.
sort of like the Mexicans, when Donald Trump was talking about building the wall, I'm like, listen, we can build all the walls you want, but do not keep out the people that make those delicious ass fucking tacos and burritos.
That authentic Guadalajara type shit, the street food, with the cabbage in it. And, yeah, those are the good tacos.
I remember when that whole fucking thing was going down with fucking Trump and Hillary, and somebody had said some dumbass shit like, well, if Hillary becomes president, to be a taco truck in every corner. I'm like, don't make me do what I don't want to do to fucking get a taco truck in every corner. Because, motherfucker, that sounds like a fucking dream. Like a goddamn dream. But, all right, well.
All right, man. Well, if you've made it to this point in time, and we're guessing you haven't.
All six of you.
All 6 of you, yeah. Well, your mom's watching, so hey,
And my mom, yeah.
He was fine. All right, he made it safe. Don't worry.
Nobody died.
Nobody died. That's right. And he wasn't in the storms up north.
Nope. I wasn't in the storms.
Yep.
I'm everybody keeps on asking me sometimes, are you okay? I haven't heard from you in a minute. Dude, I'm always fucking okay.
Until I'm not.
Yep. And then you'll be the first to know, if not the last.
Yeah. So remember to like, subscribe, share, comment, do all that shit. Wouldn't kill you. It's easy to do. Just click and all that crap.
Help some motherfuckers out.
Right. Help us out.
Fucking hey, we do like the amount of shit we go through to fucking do these fucking things. You can hit a fucking little fucking button on the fucking, imaginary
Easily.
Fucking thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just hit the button. That's all you gotta do.
That's all you gotta do.
You don't know what to say in a comment? Just say, you suck. Or why are you guys doing this still? I thought you guys fucking stopped a long time ago. You should anyways. Or
we tried.
It didn't suck as bad as last week's. I mean, just whatever.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, but
that's what it is.
It is what it is. All right, man. So yeah, hey brother. Just remember, the most dangerous part of your motorcycle is the nut that connects the seat to your handlebars. Peace. I'll talk to you soon, man.
All right.